only threat that I see that if NBA Europe comes with better conditions for the players, and EuroLeague will have the difficulties to keep this up. And also I learned many things from NBA, guys like KG as a leader, and guys like, I don't know, Darren Williams, Joe Johnson, all those guys. Paul Pierce, so Derrick Rose.
From his humble childhood in Georgia to the NBA draft, from Belgium to the Nets and the Bulls, from 6 years in Baskonia to the time he showed that life is more important than basketball, decided to leave Moscow. And from his first pro stint in Valencia with a stop in Bologna and with a bunch of rumors about Greek teams, I guess, to the previous summer and his deal with the third Spanish team in Barcelona. An all-around player for years in EuroLeague who loves his national team, a leader on and off the court, and because he loves to play them, drums please, am I right? It's a pleasure to have Tornike Shengelia here in Eurohoops. Welcome and thank you for your time.
Thank you, man. That's quite an introduction. Thank you, appreciate it.
You noted during the preseason that it would be a dream to lift trophies with Barcelona. Given the fact that of the little patience from the fans of every powerhouse in Europe, how did you handle the start of the season and what changed since Coach Pascual's return?
Yeah, it's difficult, when you are. It's not easy. I wouldn't say it's difficult, but I would say it's not easy when you play for such a powerhouse and not delivering from the start. It's very tough situation, but at the same time we have a team with a lot of experience. We are a lot of professionals, and at this point of our careers, we know how to deal with this. I don't want to call it pressure, but the situation. So, and we know that we have something here. We have a good chemistry. We have a mix of talent and the experience, which is one of the toughest mixes, if you ask me. And add to this, the chemistry is something that I cherish a lot. And we knew that we have something, and we just had to find out the way to click. And we also understood that it was going to take a time, because when you take out the important pieces from the last year and add the important pieces this year, the transition is not always, let's say, positive right away. And the Chavez's timing and his experience and his knowledge of the basketball and preparations for the game and preparations for every obstacle was amazing from the day one. You could see that he was from the day one already had an idea what we had to do, which directions we had to take, and he managed this on a top level. He put all of us right away in the same page, defensively and offensively, and the results.
I had a follow-up question. What's your take on the opinion that you have a solid starting five and experienced one, then you lack perhaps depth from the bench? Do you agree?
I wouldn't say that. I don't agree.
After all these years of experience, what Toko is bringing to the table for every team he plays, and is leadership something that comes naturally for you?
At this point, yes. At this point, yes, the leadership comes naturally, honestly. But in the beginning, I had to learn this. I would say that from the youth age and the young generation, I had this also naturally in my generation. But many years I was playing also above my age, and I had to learn. I had to pick each positive things that I like from the leaders that we had those times.
Okay.
And also I learned many things from NBA, guys like KG as a leader, and guys like, I don't know, Darren Williams, Joe Johnson, all those guys. Paul Pierce, so Derrick Rose, Georgian, I can go on and on. And I learned many things. I was observing as much as I could. And yeah, at this point it comes natural already, you know, and it's up to experience, gives you a lot of confidence as well, and more or less some problems in the teams or some problems with the certain players, it's like repeating itself. So you already know pretty much how to deal with those problems and those situations. So yeah.
With the so-called brutal schedule that coaches admit they hate, what do you like most in a match at this stage of your career?
There's a mental side of it, you know. Physically, I feel like everybody's tired. Physically, I feel like everybody's exhausted. So the edge that is going to give you to achieve to win the games is a mental side. So now it's really like almost like playoff series runs, right? Like when it's like game 5 or game 7, then it's like, okay, this is it, you know. But now more we approach to the, you know, I don't want to say end of the season, we still have a lot left, but more we go through to the season, the more challenging it gets because it demands many things physically. So that's when you put the mental side of it, and you really figure out also who you are as a person, as a player, and how far you can go when body says, you know, one thing, and with the mind you can, you know, take one more step.
Do you think that with this frequency of the games, EuroLeague is now similar to the style of play with the NBA?
I mean, I would say with the frequency and the numbers, we can argue if it's similar or not. You know, in the end, it's not only EuroLeague that we play also domestic league. So all the games combined, and it's quite similar. But standing side is so crazy that you can even afford to lose one game. So every game really, like, it's demanding. I'm not saying in NBA it's not, but like even if you lose 2-3 games, you can still have a chance to, you know, bounce back. But here, like, you lose 2-3 games and you're out of the top 10, you know. So it's very difficult on that side. I would say that's the biggest difference.
Any thoughts of yours about the NBA's plan for a European League? Is something that you players discuss? Do you think that the EuroLeague has to worry about that?
If EuroLeague has to worry about it or not, or European basketball has to worry about it or not, I would say only time will tell. But what I will state a couple of facts that, you know, what EuroLeague has right now is a pure basketball side. You know, we have a high quality, very high quality, and interest from the NBA also validates this, that, you know, we have something here. We have a great product here, and EuroLeague is also doing a great job to maintain the teams together and keep the competition going. But I would say that, you know, this product is two main ingredients are the clubs. You know, one of the main ingredients are the clubs and the players, right? And players makes the competition healthy. Players make competition on a very high level, and this is how EuroLeague is functioning, right? So I would say that if EuroLeague also would offer the players what could NBA Europe offer, which is the pension funds, end of the careers, the better traveling, the better conditions, better scheduling, right? Then I would not see also the financial side. I would not see that many reasons for us to leave this competition, which is already exists, and go to the other one. But only threat that I see that if NBA Europe comes with better conditions for the players, and EuroLeague will have the difficulties to keep this up. We already seen in the first hand that many EuroLeague players are leaving Europe and going to Asia or different continents for better conditions. But now, if they're gonna have this in Europe, then I would say that many top players will move there potentially, and this will split up the competition, and this is what makes the competition unhealthy. So I would hope, even though I have to state the fact that last couple of years, the financial side of EuroLeague for the players is going high. The conditions is getting better also, thanks to EuroLeague Players Association. And I really hope that we're going to continue working together and making this league healthier, making this league more competitive. and make the conditions for the players even better. And I believe that margin is there. I believe that if will is there, we can meet the needs. And my only hope is that this is going to be a very healthy relationship between clubs, EuroLeague, and the players for many years.
One usual question for away teams in Greece is the SEF and OAKA crowds. I won't ask you that, but have you ever thought about playing in a Greek team? And what's the truth about a couple of rumors for Panathinaikos the previous years?
I've thought about it, playing in Greece. Of course, you guys have one of the biggest powerhouses in the competition, and the city and the country is amazing. I love it. Whenever I have chance to come here on the vacations, I always take this chance, and yeah, I thought about it.
You have a bond with Greece because you have worked with Greek coaches. How was Dimitris Itoudis in CSKA?
Oh, I had a very good experience with Coach Dimitris. Unfortunately, we didn't achieve the goal that we had to win the EuroLeague. But that year and a half experience that I have with him, I'm really thankful everything that he taught and he done for me, for sure.
You also met Coach Ilias Zouros and his assistant Giorgos Limiatis in the Georgian national team. How was working together? Because you often speak highly of them.
Yes, I love those guys. And I miss them. I'm not gonna lie, I miss them because I haven't seen them. It's been quite a while. But every time I talk about the Georgian, the Ilias, we had amazing time together with the national team. You gotta admire a person, and every coach who came to a Georgian national team, unless other than his looks and his barrier of the language, they all adapt to the culture and to the country and to the character of us. And he was one of the coaches who did this pretty well. And we have a very good relationship. We still stay in touch. And I have nothing but the love with Ilias Zouros.
Your national team seems to be, of course, a special chapter of your basketball journey. You once made a 6-hour car trip to attend the funeral of Goga Bitadze's father, and you still came back to practice. You didn't miss last Eurobasket despite a problem, and last November you played for both Barcelona and the national team in less than 24 hours.
Yeah, for many people, even you asking this question tells me that it's something that looks from outside, and maybe it is from outside that it's something heroic or something. And for me, it's just natural, man. This is what I love to do. I love to represent my country. I love to be an example for my peers, for my players. I don't want to miss any practice. I want to be there from the first day of the camp, and everything that I can do to be a good example. Because when the time comes that I have to leave the national team, I want to make sure that the future generations know what it takes, and to set the example how they have to behave.
I know that it's perhaps a naive curiosity, but having won twice the Eurocup with Valencia and Bologna, have you thought that perhaps the biggest goal is winning the EuroLeague or a medal with Georgia?
Medal with Georgia, for sure. But about winning, it's something that it's not the end goal that is just win a title, win a medal, but also who you become in the process of achieving that. And that journey is also similar, enjoyable as winning the title. So becoming who I become as a Georgian national team and having opportunities or chances to go somewhere and win something is amazing. And as a now Barcelona's player, also who I become, it's something also that I have to cherish. So,
Do you feel you have a kind of unfinished business in your career, and what keeps you going?
the unfinished business is, the obvious, which is the EuroLeague title. This is something that I want to achieve before I retire, and if the God will, and I'll have this opportunity, then I will be happy. If not, if one day that I finish a career without this, also I'll be able. I want to be able to look at myself in the mirror and say that I did everything that I could, and don't leave any stone unturned, or don't leave any regret. So if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. If not, it's not. But from my side, I will do whatever it takes.
Is basketball such a defining side of athletes? Is there room to change that aspect? And what is your definition of purpose in life and success?
That's a great question, and you are asking very good questions so far.
Thank you.
And I would not say that a person should be defined by his job. The life is much bigger than this. Yes, basketball is a huge part of our lives. Basketball is how I meet most of my friends. Basketball is how I travel all around the world. Basketball gave me financial stability. Basketball gave me many things. Not basketball, but God gave me, I would say, this through basketball, which I'm very thankful. And you have to acknowledge this. But to define who you are, I would not say that basketball should be a definitive, But now who you become as a person, of how you go through the adversities when you play the basketball, how you bounce back after the loss, how you deal with the injuries, how you deal with frustration, and all these dealing. Plus, when you have the family, how you behave with your family. Like, do you bring the problems at home? Because kids don't care if you're injured, if you're not, or if you have a tough game or not. Kids, they need their attention. Kids need their father. So basketball will shape you, who you are, but it will not define you. So I would say that it's a big part of us. But in the end, if I have to choose how to be defined, I would say I want to be defined as a great father, great husband, a great person that helped many people, and that's pretty much it, honestly.
I appreciate your time. Thank you very much.
Thank you, man. Thank you.